You just took it completely out. Where it says publicize on all forms of advertising, the event is sponsored in part by Briley Township residents. I don't think we should say something like that. One, it's not true because we didn't spend any taxpayer money on people having their event. But then the other thing is there's like a egomania thing going on with that also. I think it should, if we have to have a statement and we want something in there advertising, because Briley Township should be out advertising on their own, not with an event, but if we have to absolutely have something advertising wise with the event,
What do you wanna say?
it should say maybe thank you to Briley Township and the residents.
Oh, yeah, but this is an agreement, this isn't a thank you.
I don't think it needs to be in there at all.
I don't,
Here it's completely deleted.
okay,
I don't mind completely deleting it either. I don't mind being cooperative
it's
on a
gone,
sense of having something there.
it's gone. Okay, what's next?
The deposit by check, I think it should say check or cash, and if,
Yeah, it should.
okay. And again, I think a good system for that, since the vault's securable, if somebody brings, if Craig brought in money to rent the park, it just
Okay, what
goes,
else besides our cash? Anything else in that one?
I didn't have anything else in
Okay,
that.
move on.
Not be able to use a credit card.
What's the
Yeah.
next
Oh,
one?
well, you can,
Hey,
right.
hey, hey.
It doesn't say that.
Cash check, it should probably say credit card now that we're doing credit cards too.
Cash, check.
If that deposit gets refunded,
Right, but if they put the deposit on their card, they can refund right to the card.
Okay, I'll put down that you
Not
want
put
it to
on
say our
until
credit
that
card.
event.
obviously you guys have never reconciled bank accounts before.
I do it
I
every
have-
day. I own a business that's been there for 7 years.
See, I
It's not that hard to do.
acknowledge.
Call it until after the event and don't charge it. You have to make sure it's recorded.
You're right, Mary, a lot of
Okay,
places take
that's
your credit
taken
card,
care
but
of.
don't charge it.
Okay,
until
what's
they need
next?
to.
Under Briley Township agrees to provide.
Hotels do not
Okay.
know.
The only issue I had in there is it said the chamber twice, and this is blanket, it's supposed to be for everybody.
I don't think I got that far, did I?
Where does it say chamber twice? The only one I see is chamber parking lot.
Number 1. Okay, yours is already, you already
Yeah,
fixed
yeah,
it on
it's already
yours.
fixed.
Okay.
And,
Delivery
and
of
the chamber,
barricade.
and the chamber parking lot, that's not referring to the chamber having the event, it's referring to the parking lot, so, I don't understand.
Delivery of the barricade trailer to the chamber parking
I don't
lot.
understand
Why would
what's wrong
anyone
with
want-
that.
why
Does
would
the
anyone
township,
want them-
does the township deliver that? The
Yes.
barricade trailer?
Yes,
Well,
but why would another event want it delivered to the township parking lot?
Well, if they did though, why
I mean,
would
to
it
the
be,
chamber parking lot.
yeah, but if they did, why would it be a problem?
Because it's the chamber's
Chamber
parking
may
lot,
also
not the
do-
township's.
because you don't.
If the chamber's having an event and using the.
Okay,
parking
so
lot-
instead of saying the chamber,
Yes.
could we put barricade trailer to
The park,
A pre-designated
something like that?
yeah.
Just so it doesn't
prearranged
say,
side event.
right,
Okay, what do you want it to say?
Delivered to an agreed.
Or maybe
barricade
the
trailer
parking lot, you
to
write
agreed
on it.
upon location.
Agreed.
Just put agreed upon location
Right.
and take the chamber out of it.
Shed, tiled it behind the shed, that DFW.
You want the rest of
Okay,
it?
so right here, I put grass cutting in park
I
to an agreed,
know that
agreed,
Tammy,
Upon location.
when I was down there picking up the kids yesterday, she says, I was like, do something with it.
Oh, what?
Tammy said it looked like shit, that Rick and them need to do something.
okay, that's good.
Okay.
Got that one. What's next?
On the second
Behind the
page,
shed.
We're happy with all this
Yep.
now, okay.
It just looks like,
Except we don't have any decision on credit cards, that's the only thing. Okay, what's
I think
next?
she's gonna.
number 8.
Happens,
Eight, 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 eight.
you know. I don't know.
Well, how do you wanna do that?
Well, I think we should just get rid of number 8 completely. Obviously, you know, nobody's gonna come in and rent a park for an event that hasn't been already authorized by their group. I mean, I can't see Susan walking in here to rent the park for Elk Fest without the rest of the Chamber of Commerce knowing it. And
What does it say? What does it say? I don't have a copy.
provide group minutes or similar authorization, authorizing the leasees to sign this agreement.
Why is it in there?
Well, my problem is like with the VFW, those are closed meetings, they are
Private?
private, I mean, and I don't know that I'd necessarily feel comfortable if we had something in our minutes where we were helping a veteran, you know, naming the veteran and their, you know, maybe a financial situation. I don't feel comfortable sharing those meeting minutes.
The township shouldn't be requesting meeting minutes from some other group anyway.
I mean,
It's
if
not their
we,
business.
if they need a letter saying that the VFW is fine with us renting the park for an event, I don't have a problem with that. But if I'm the commander of the VFW and I'm coming in to speak on behalf of the VFW by signing this, that should be all the authorization you need. If the VFW was against what I was doing, they're gonna take it out of my hide down there, not here.
Yeah, and you're legally responsible for the rental anyways if you're the one signing it, not the VFW.
Right,
Right.
but you're known here, but say Joe Blow from Winnemucca, Nevada comes in here and wants to sign something,
Yeah, but what if he doesn't belong to any group and he's just renting it for himself?
but if he does it on behalf of somebody else, I mean, he's still renting it, he's got to provide the monies, right? So
Yeah.
does it really matter?
Yeah,
Why
if
does
we
it
want
need to be
minutes.
there?
It doesn't need to be there at all.
Good point. Because what if an individual does that, and it's gonna be a 3-day event, and it's an individual that has nothing to do with the organization, so they don't need a letter. They
Yeah, and how
simply
big does
have
the
to do it.
organization need to be before you're demanding that I have meetings and minutes? Because I could belong to an organization that doesn't do minutes.
Right.
What you're doing is, and this is, a lot of times you having too many restrictions without, again, thinking through it.
Yeah.
Because there are gonna be holes. So if you're vague about the statement, you're better off to be precise.
You could also put a statement at the end of your agreement stating that any additional requirements will be on a per rental basis and discussed or whatever. If you're worried about.
That was my
a certain
only
group
thing with that
renting.
one. Yeah, either word it to say maybe just a letter from the organization or strike it completely.
I would strike it.
Everybody will come in, will have a president or a chairman or a boss or something, right? I mean, you
No.
and the chamber and everybody else.
But what if I wanna run it?
Is that right?
No.
As far as an organization's concerned, yeah. But if it's just a private individual, they're not gonna have a board to give them
Are
a
they
letter.
go- Are they gonna want multi-day events?
You
A
never-
private
Family
individual?
reunions are.
We could get
You
there.
never know.
I'm not saying we do right now, but I could see it potentially happening.
We held a 3-day family reunion in Richmond, Virginia.
Right.
And rented out a park for 3 days.
So I mean, it could happen, that's why
It
I'd be
could happen.
afraid of restricting something.
Or
Could
wedding
happen.
parties that want it for 2 days because they want their dress rehearsal and then they want the
I
reception.
don't feel comfortable deleting that, though. I'd feel comfortable if we could rewrite it some way,
Okay.
but I don't know how to rewrite it either, so.
Well, what if we rewrote it where it's just a simple letter authorizing a person rather than group
Yeah,
minutes?
and state if you belong to, if you're renting for an organization
Provide a letter,
or statement, or written statement.
provide a letter authorizing the lessee's representative to sign this agreement.
Okay,
That's good? Okay, we're done.
no, number 9.
Oh, number 9, okay.
Provide Briley Township a list of names and addresses of all the vendors.
No.
Yeah, well, I have other
I,
board members that want that, so we'll
well, let me explain why they want it.
fight that. We'll decide to fight
The
that
reason
out.
that they like that statement and that they want that statement is because if, in the example they gave me, if a vendor backed over one of the electrical boxes down there and did a bunch of damage, they would go after that vendor. The event insurance, like what the Vet Fest had to have, what the Chamber of Commerce has for Outfest, you know, or even in Snowdrift, they have insurance for their organization. The event insurance is what you'd actually go after, not that vendor.
Right.
And I'd be afraid of going after a vendor in that fashion because those vendors all run in circuits with each other. And if you slight one of them, you might tend to slight all of them, and now you won't have an event the following year.
Right,
And it won't be the organization's fault, it'll be the township's fault.
exactly.
That's a valid point, but I don't feel comfortable approving that for the whole rest of the board, so I'll just put it down as something we're gonna talk about,
Okay?
okay?
Can I also make a comment on that? If I'm running an event and I gone through the hassle and the headache of getting those vendors, that's my information, not yours.
Right.
And I can choose where I wanna share
The
it.
only last thing I had was the township park ordinance is incorporated into this and a copy is attached.
Oh, there's another one?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
the last thing.
Thought we were done, sorry.
Here, I can just show you on mine.
Okay,
Not resolved.
The Briley Township park ordinance is incorporated in this and a copy of which is attached. We need to make sure we get one attached after
Yeah.
we have a finalized park
yeah, I
ordinance.
agree with that 100%.
But that's all I had.
We're done then, thank you.
Thank you for taking the time to sit down with me and do
No
this.
problem, I think we got some
Thank
good
you guys
suggestions.
for coming.
And others we have to put before the board.
Well, that's
We
fine.
changed a couple and others, so I think we're in good shape now. Thanks.
Number 9's gonna go before the board, right, the vendor list?
Yeah.
Because I think it's up to organizations to work together to share that information, it's not to the township
Well-
to grab it all.
The collaborative agreement was supposed to go back to another public hearing after the amendments were made. I'm still hoping that, you know, the water ordinance, that one was easily fixable, it was just a couple wording issues. The park ordinance, I think it's getting too restrictive, you know, so I'm glad we got that hashed out a little bit. But here's my last deal. These, even from the time I started amending mine to where we're at right now amending this one, they need to go back in front of the board to get adopted,
Yeah,
right? But they're still not, you know, if there's any amending that needs to be done after the board talks about it, then they're not getting adopted again. The problem is they were gonna adopt these just the way they were. And had that happened, there'd be a whole bunch of amendments that would have to be made.
right.
That can't be tolerated. When you sit down at this table, to adopt something, it needs to be the final document, not a draft.
And you need to